Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Cassie. I talk about video games, do video game reviews, unboxings, and all sorts of other video game related topics. Today I want to talk about the Plucky Squire, do a little bit of a review on this game. This game came out about a month ago or so. I want to say I completed it a little over 2 weeks ago. I just haven't been able to do a review or video because I've been I was sick for a while, so I'm catching up on that. And then Wednesday was my birthday, so I've been in and out doing a lot of other things. So yeah, hopefully I remember enough to really talk about this, but I did not platinum it. I didn't really feel like doing it. This was my second most anticipated game for 2024 behind Astrobot. It had a really cool concept where you play as this character named Jot, who's a hand-drawn character in this storybook, and you can jump in and out of the storybook. When you're inside the storybook or other places, you can it's 2D and then it jumps into 3D when you jump out. And it's like this action adventure game. There's all sorts of different types of abilities and gameplay styles that it kind of switches up a lot, which is really cool. But yeah, you're this character named Jot. You're inside of this storybook, and there's this evil character named Humpgrump that wants to take over the storybook and basically make it about him. So he kicks you out, and you, along with your friends Violet, Thrash, and then there's this little mouse named Pip, they basically are trying to get back into the storybook and take back over the storybook, because there's this kid that the storybook is basically in his room, and he takes inspiration from Jot. But if he takes inspiration from Humpgrump, because he wants to be an author when he gets older, and Humpgrump is evil, and you don't want him to take inspiration from him. So basically that's like the plot of this game. There's different abilities, besides jumping in and out of the storybook. There's words that you can move around to change kind of like the environment and stuff, which I've done before. This has been in Beacon Pines, which was a really good game that I suggest everybody try out because not a lot of people really talk about it. But it's basically you just sometimes there's words that you can pick up and you can move them around. So say there's like a giant rat blocking your path. You can, giant is a word that you can move. So then you find the word small or tiny and you switch it out, and then it suddenly becomes a small rat, and then you can get past it. Stuff like that. It's really cool. Again, it's not the first time I've seen it before, but I know this is probably new for a lot of people. There are different types of gameplay too. Sometimes there'll be different bosses and stuff. There was a part where you're basically Punch Out, where you're fighting this character, and it's pretty cool that it does that. But a lot of these different gameplay and abilities kind of only are shown maybe once or twice, and then they aren't shown again. A big issue I have with this game is that it handholds a lot. Pretty much anywhere you go, anything you do, it's kind of telling you how to use these new abilities, or giving you hints right off the bat, because there's puzzles and stuff, but it just, it's a little too much hand holding, and I wish that you could turn it off, because it kind of just, I don't know, it just doesn't make it that fun, unfortunately. But there are cool things, when you're out in the 3D world, there are post-it notes and stuff that you can jump in and out of, and it goes into 2D when you do that. There's coffee mugs you can do the same thing for. I think the coolest gameplay that there was there was this part where he jumped into a coffee mug, and then it went into this kind of shoot 'em up. On the coffee mug, you're going around It was pretty cool. I really liked that. But there were a lot of performance issues with this. I did have a part where I had to throw this dice to knock over the dominoes, and then I had to pick it back up to put it in this like portal or something. I don't remember. But when I threw the dice, it ended up in this spot where I couldn't get to it, and I needed it to progress. So I got stuck, and I had to quit and come back in. It did not, there were a lot of stuttering issues. It just didn't run that well. I had a lot less issues than some people I had seen, especially those who played on Switch, had a tremendous amount of glitches. I had somebody say that they had to quit and come back in about 12 times because it crashed on them or they got stuck. Yeah, it was not good. The visuals are really cool. I just really like the animation style. It's really cool. And then the soundtrack is really nice as well. But unfortunately, the performance issues and the hand holding really just kind of bring this game down a lot. And I wouldn't say it's a bad game. It's definitely not near the level I expected it to be. I expected this game to be like outstanding, especially coming from Devolver. Devolver publishes really amazing indies, and there are people that still really liked this game, and that's fine. I just, coming off of Astrobot, having played Beacon Pines and Tinykin, and like other games that just, I felt like did some of these things better, it does not hold up to that level for me. So there were like really cool parts to it, like I really liked switching up the gameplay, and some of it was kind of cool, I did not like hate it enough to quit this game, so I had a decent amount of time. It just did not live up to my expectations at all, unfortunately. And I would give it probably a 7 out of 10. It's very like borderline, 6.5 maybe. But yeah, that's my review for the Plucky Squire. And until the next video, I will see you guys later.